We should get into another game. Who wants to play a game? SR!
Alrighty, let's get our riders to the stage first. So the next two riders is going to be Riot Gyms and Riot Akana!
Gyms, how you feeling today? You pumped?
Yeah, man, I lost my voice though.
Lost your voice from talking already? Excellent. Now, what position are you going to play?
Oh, I'm pretty crap at CSing, so I'm just going to go support.
Excellent. If you'd like to take your seat for me.
Akana, Gyms is playing support. What are you going to be playing?
I'm totally going to go jungle.
Are you going to play Rammus?
Maybe.
That means
Maybe.
yes, for anyone that doesn't know Akana.
Alright, let's
Just
get you
throwing it out
seated
there.
down, Akana.
All right, guys. Gyms is going support, but I'm going to start down this side. I need a top laner!
So he has our top laner. I also need a top laner. I see you, yeah.
All right, moving on down. We need, I don't know, jungle? Come on! I'm gonna go a little bit different. I'm gonna go the lady right through there. Everyone was making all this noise. She's like, please pick me. Come on through. Watch your step. Our jungler.
So Akana's playing jungle on our side, which means we're going to jump down to the mid lane. I'm going to have to go with the partial Deadpool cosplay in the back. Toxic Hawk.
All right, I was just conferring with Gyms here. We are going to be looking for a mid laner, but we want an assassin! You are dressed for it, but I am going to go with someone else. Just going to throw it out there. All right, Rammus Hack, come on through.
So, I need an ADC. Toxic Hawk.
So, I was just telling Gyms, obviously we need an ADC. But we want the man himself, Draven! Everyone's pointing to this guy. Come on through. Would you like to take your seat?
So everyone's just pointing to their friend next to them, saying, pick him, pick him.
Yeah, well, you know.
I have one spot left. So on the count of 3, I want you to scream support. The loudest person and the most energetic person is going to make their way up here. 1, 2, 3. That'll be you in the black hoodie. His face almost turned purple. He was screaming that loud.
All right, guys. While the teams get into the rift, why don't we sit back, relax. I want to hear one more time, League of...
We should officially change the name of our game to League of Draven.
Well, it's not only that. I heard League of Legends.
Draven.
Legends.
League of...
That's a bit better. Let's try one more. Nice and loud. League off! That's better. Sit back, relax. We'll get a show on, and we'll see you soon.
And welcome back, everyone, to PAX Australia Day 1. It is community games all day, every day, at least here on Day 1. My name is Julian Pastry-Time Carr. I'm going to be joined by Max Atlas Anderson, who could not get over just how spectacular that sentence was.
That was absolutely wonderful. Community games all day, every day for today.
Hey, that was some of your best work.
Oh, I know.
Just borrowing from
Exactly.
from the best.
It's a little bit like, yep, we got a 3-minute break. We'll see you in a minute.
It is a little
That is
darker.
definitely my best work.
Thankfully, no break right now. We've just got games coming up. Summoner's Rift is our current map. We've enjoyed some Hex Kill, but it's going to be a little bit more regular. We've got Akino on one team playing Rammus, and who's on the other side, Max?
Oh, we've got Jim's
Oh,
actually
it's
coming
Jim's.
through. Oh my gosh. And if there's a size difference, Jim's is gigantic.
He's huge.
And Akinar is little and small. But Akinar plays such an aggressive Rammus. She's monstrous on that champion. Jim's, I'm not even sure whether he knows how to play the game.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if it was off the Rift, we'd definitely put our money on Jim's, but Akinar's shown a lot of talent, actually, on the community games.
And
Loves that
she's
Rammus.
feisty. Even
She
off the
is.
Rift, I think
That's
that she'd
true.
probably have some sneaky maneuvers.
She would. She's
Yeah.
very crafty. We'll see if she can be very crafty with that Rammus. Jim's, as we said, no idea what he's going to be doing. He's probably going to be trying to get his team to carry him as hard as possible.
Yeah, I think he
because
plays stuff in the top lane that's big and hits people with like clubs and stuff. Maybe a trundle.
That would make sense. That's at least consistent
Yeah.
with, I guess, his personality just in general. Lovely guy, of course, Jim. And I'm sure a lot of you interacted with him around the side of the stage. He's been having a lot of fun. He's actually said, I don't know how you do it, man. I've been talking out there for 4 hours to people. I'm already losing my voice. So.
Yep. Here's what happens as we do come into Champion Select here, and oh my gosh, every time a Nasus is picked, I get flashbacks to Ultra Nasus that we experienced in New Zealand. That guy honestly would queue people for their entire health bar, and I think he may have one-shot the Nexus.
I think so. It was very scary. We're going to get some pretty sweet picks actually coming through. We might even have a Draven mirror, which is actually quite common for some reason in community games. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's blind pick, so we can't have mirror matchups, but for some reason, whenever it's an AD mirror matchup, it almost always seems to be two Draven players.
Yep, surprisingly enough, we do have the lock-in here of that Rammus by Akana, and I do like sort of the standardness of our red side, but I just like Fiora.
Fiora's great. Ooh, actually, might have a bit of a swap. We've got Alistar for Jims there. That makes a lot of sense. Has played quite a lot of Alistar. Actually hit quite a few combos last time we saw him play, which is highly unusual for Jims' general skill level, but it suits him. He's basically Alistar. Big, beefy guy. He's absolutely
really strong, tramples around and stuff like that.
Yep. And then headbutts people randomly.
He does.
If anyone's experienced a headbutt here at PAX Australia, please report that.
I haven't experienced the pulverize just yet.
That's also
but I think that's when you're really mean to him or something and he just loses it. That's when that happens.
Nobody wants
Don't let that happen.
Yeah, and if it does happen, please report that to the police. That is actually not
See, look,
okay.
actually, look at he's so happy. He would never pulverize anyone unless he's on the Rift.
That's true.
Like this game right here.
Hey, and he better get some work done here. Akana's got a great record on the community stage. Again, just loves to aggressively Rammus people.
Yeah, and that's sort of the only champion she plays as well. Very specialized. Of course, there are a lot of champions available, and I myself only tend to play like the same champion 4 times and then I move on, which is why I'm terrible at the
not
game.
Akana. She is dedicated to
Rammus. It's beautiful.
I don't know what the pick, the last pick actually in mid was, but I saw Poppy being hovered.
No, I think it went back to
That's
Ari.
disappointing.
I know.
But it's okay.
Poppy mid, not necessarily your standard position for Poppy, but neither is on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, that's true. Or just in the game in general.
Yeah.
Don't see a whole lot of Poppy, sadly. But I think it is going to be Draven Mirror, which is super exciting.
They can catch each other's axes.
They can catch each other's axes.
So we can actually talk about that because, of course, the client tells you so many times, you can catch each other's axes.
That tip
well,
is
I'm in a
always
ranked game. Please stop giving me that tip. It doesn't make sense.
And now finally it's relevant, which is always good.
It's wonderful.
It is. I don't think we saw it last time. We did see Draven Mirror already in our community games. And we are onto the Rift here. On the left, it is Riot, Akana, and friends. She's the Rammus. We've got Fiora, Rammus, Lux, Draven, and Thresher on the blue side. And who's over on the red side with Jims Atlas?
Yeah, on the red side, we, of course, have Nasus, Maokai, Ari, Draven again, and, of course, Alistair in the hand of Rito Jims.
And we'll see what he can get done. He, again, has done quite well on it. Could be the edge that they need in this bottom lane, of course, but Thresh, fantastic support as well. So we'll see what happens here. And, of course, Draven v. Draven, very volatile sort of matchup. If either Draven gets ahead in lane, it's really, really hard to come back. There's so much snowballing going on with them adoration stacks.
Oh, that's exactly right. That being said, Nasus potentially might be able to carry this game single-handedly. That's what we've seen.
We have seen some sweet Nasus one-shots going on.
Oh, yeah.
Terrifying. Got the Ghost in there as well, so just can consistently close gaps against the Draven, who's pretty speedy but not particularly mobile, except for just some plain movement speed on his W. So we'll see what happens. Maokai, an interesting jungler as well, very aggressive also, so could be seeing a lot of early ganks by both these teams.
Yeah, he may be twisted advancing his way into these lanes.
Well, that is his plan, so I certainly hope so.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
he has actually taken sapling,
right.
so he's not going to be doing it right now. He's, of course, going to be throwing soccer balls at this blue buff.
It'll be spawning quickly. It'll be a little angry that there's some soccer balls. Got to have some nice help, though. Oh, look at them. Aren't they adorable?
I have a feeling like because he's got a goal-keeping thing on his head, he should be able to catch skill shots there.
He should.
Like gets a charge,
I agree.
he can just hold
That's
it around
a mismatch in flavor.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
I would have really enjoyed that. Akana now just going to be tanking up this blue buff. Is going to secure it as well. Look at that. Rammus mechanics out of 10. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about. Cue that creep in a sec, mate. You better cue that creep. Nailed it. No. Yeah, got him.
Nice stuff. And again, Rammus really wants to get as many last hits with the Q as he can in lane, so not going to be pushing this lane, just going to be waiting very patiently. And we've actually seen this exact matchup last time.
Was it the same skin matchup?
I don't know. I don't think it was, actually. Although the Nasus skin may have been the same from last time. We watched a lot of community games, Atlas.
We certainly have. And they have been getting more and more ridiculous. Of course, we're not going to be able to see an octa-kill in this particular one. But you guys can have a look at the board of that one. It was ridiculous. That's what happens if you get a Katarina ridiculously fed as opposed to just really fed.
It's down the bottom, Draven v. Draven. Advance actually level 2 hit already. Jims going to try and
There's
make this
a headbutt.
great headbutt actually. There's the pulverize. No, not quite. It's level 1. Excuse me. So instead, a great play from Thresh. Will follow up. Draven still spinning away trying to catch the axes. And a beautiful trade for the blue side bottom lane.
Yeah, really well done. Just knowing that they've got that level 2, got that skill advantage. Well, not, no, it's like skills that they have available advantage. It's not like they're more skilled.
No. Well, maybe we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Certainly we can't give any credit to Jims.
That's true. That is very, very true. Just didn't want to sound like I was, taking sides as far as skill level is concerned. Spyra, Now just going to farm out some creeps. Thank you very much, Observer, just for checking that one out. Light Binding's going to go wide, but that was the only bit of action that we did actually have in that lane, so we probably would have wanted to see that, as Fiora is going to be auto-attacking these creeps to death as well. Ray now getting taken down low. That's a decent exhaust, but Reg, are you going to be okay? Still had the heal. Of course, that one was on cooldown on the other side. Jim's got to watch out for the damage of these creeps, but this bottom lane very, very volatile as Fiora's getting taken down low. Spirit Fire not going to be enough. And nice Orb of Deception going to get that trade back towards the side of Ahri.
A good bit of damage in the mid lane, just kind of trading back and forth here. This is definitely an Ahri favored matchup. Lux has to be very, very careful, especially once Ahri's hit level 6. Does not want to get Spirit Rushed and completely outplayed, because if you miss your Light Binding as Lux, you're really dead all of a sudden. You don't have a whole lot of options after that. But if you hit it, you do have decent burst as well. So Lux got to kind of play safe and use a pokey mid style to try and eke out Ahri, and Ahri just wants to all in as soon as she can. And it's a nice trade there by both sides here. Emissary down the bottom on the Primetime Draven on the blue side. Doing a good job, but everyone's healing up, and I'm going to just casually let the rest of the lane play out. In fact, they're going to trade axes.
Emissary in a bit of trouble. The axe catching is definitely exciting. Of course, Jim's going to miss an ability completely, which is really embarrassing.
Nice headbutt.
So he's going to make up for it.
He does. I mean, before he headbutted, I think he assumed he had his polarized, but he's not level 2. Oh, actually going to set up for some big plays here. Marco even rotating down as well.
Decent level up just to give him a little bit more health. Descent's going to land on a mime here. He just wasn't scared.
That was a really good play as well. Oh, Emissary going to flash forward. He wants to double up Jim.
Nice pulverize. Is the passive going to be off? No, it's not.
And disappointingly, that gank hits quickly as Akina's rotated through to the mid lane. But no pressure there. The mid lane's actually gone now. Gone back to base, it seems like. Lux is healing up. Bought herself a Fairy Charm to go along with that rejuvenation bead. So slow and steady here. Now a pair of boots as we do a little bit of additional shopping.
Doing her best to purchase a Philosopher's Stone. Hasn't quite got the memo that that's unavailable.
That item.
Yeah, so do I. So much. Heart of gold, man. Heart of gold. We need to have a sort of a time of mourning for that beautiful, beautiful item. Legitimizing poppies everywhere.
No wonder we don't see Poppy anymore as Mr. Magoo just CSing decently here. 18-31 actually. Nasus has been on the Q train.
Oh yeah, he's not going to be doing anything for the majority of this game, but by the end of it, he's going to be hitting people pretty hard with his abilities.
Yeah, he's just going to be farming as much as he can. Fiora can get aggressive early, as you're seeing here. Does quite a bit of mana left, and Nasus pretty much uses his entire mana pool, just queuing all the creeps that he can. But this is fine for Nasus, as long as he's not dying, and he's got a good CS lead here as well. He'll be just comfortable farming. Oh, Maokai's going to rotate up as well.
Yeah, Moon actually going to be able to get that Arcane Smash back in the right direction. That's a decent riposte in order to stop a lot of that damage from that Q. But I have a feeling that this may be a dead Fiora. Akina in to save the day. What a beautiful taunt as well.
First blood.
This is what we're talking about. She's great on that champion.
Yep, she knows exactly how to powerball right to the lanes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Jim's actually looking for a headbutt combo there.
Oh, missed the axe.
Does not go in. Oh.
Draven spun up
Definitely
another one.
sad.
We're fine. Always sad.
Oh.
Draven misses an axe.
Our actually level 6 now has gone back. Negatron Cloak actually was their first purchase, so probably an Abyssal Scepter coming out. It's a very old school Ahri build. Haven't seen that one in a while, but it's
I like
fine.
it. Sort of like you've forgotten that you're Ahri and you think that you're Diana for a second.
I mean, the same sort of principles apply. You get in relatively close.
Yeah.
You can pretty much accurately apply the aura in most situations. It's a very much an aggressive Ahri build. We just haven't seen it in a while because DFG is so popular.
Yeah, it's also going to amplify Maokai and Alistair's damage. And the Spirit Fire as well.
Nasus' ultimate also.
Yeah, true.
And the trample damage if we want to get really deep.
Yeah, damn right. I think that trample is going to be really, really important. Jims likes to be in amongst it.
It certainly does.
We've got some farming. How's the bottom lane going? 23 to 40. Reg, not doing bad. Is that that's not a J, that's an I.
That's a Ray, I believe.
Ray. Ray makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? Although I like Reg. Hey, Reg.
Well, ask him after the game if he's okay with being called Red.
Oh, Jim's now in a little bit of trouble as all of the creeps do die. Going to take a few turret shots as well. Only level 4 doesn't have that Unbreakable Will available. Emissary running low on mana, but as is Ray or Reg.
I actually got first blood, by the way, so we're talking about that matchup. If you can all in very comfortably against the Lux, and did manage to get the kill there 1v1, so first blood does go to the red side. And there are 800 gold up, actually.
Yeah, farming really, really well, of course, managing to get that kill in the mid lane that we completely missed.
That's fine.
No, it was great.
Nobody wanted to see that.
No, we wanted to see these guys farming in the bottom lane.
As down the bottom they are, in fact, doing just that. 44 to 29, the lead there for the red side Draven. That's Ray versus Emissary. The real final boss himself trying to find his hooks, but Jim's doing a decent job of just blocking with his face.
Yep.
Despite all the pressure early on, where they almost kind of messed up there.
Mr. Magoo gets with it. the Fury of the Sands has been popped here. Does pop the riposte. Yeah, good at that ability, isn't he?
I mean, it's one of the things in this matchup that's the edge Fiora has, basically. It's the ultimates line up pretty well. You have to wait for Nas to use his first, though, because Fury of the Sands kind of counters Blade Waltz.
Yeah.
You don't really want to be ulting there. But, you know, Fiora can all in Nasus, especially with some jungle help. But looks like Maokai actually is going to be the one rotating back up here. So Akana being a little bit lazy on her ganks.
Just a little bit. Has got a lot of farm, though. Mr. Magoo, the twisted advance is there onto
That
a minion.
flash.
That was strategic, guys. The heal's going to be popped as well. Not sure. Whoa, but here's the mega gank in the bottom lane. The exhaust down onto Ray. Nice flash to get out of trouble. I think Jims is going to be forced to as well. Yes, he is. And it's heal for the extra movement speed. So, yeah, nice defensive play by our red side bottom lane.
Love the attempt there. Akana's like, you know what? Top lane might be a decent gank, but I must kill Jims. That is my goal.
That's what we're talking about.
Blade Waltz does get popped. Actually, Marco Mesh might be in trouble. Mr. Magoo going to keep going back in. No matter left.
My
for a long
gosh,
shot.
how
There
is this
does
happening?
get the kill. There's a riposte, but the sapling will blow up. And there's the kill for Maokai. Again, a nice 1-for-1 trade, given that it's a 1v2 for Fiora.
Yeah, really, really nicely done. And that's actually gone into Fiora's favor as well, especially for the 1v1 matchup, because Maokai picked up the kill in the end. So Nasus is going to have to sort of up his game just a little bit.
I love this Nasus build, though.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone out there remembers Skyart, who played for a European team? I don't even remember the name of that so long ago. I think it was actually Millennium at one point. Akana, though, out under a Spear. Gonna have to try and look for a jump.
Nice
There's
final
a good
spot.
laser from Lux, but it's not enough. Not quite. Don't quite have the damage there with no light.
Oh, Jim surprisingly gonna die here. That was sarcasm, everyone. Ray gonna get another one down top of his face. That is some adoration here for our primetime Draven, and he's going to be able to go back and buy a decent amount of items and really make up for that CS deficit as well.
Even on kills now, 2 apiece for both these teams. And I was mentioning those Nasus items, just all cooldown reduction. He knows he has one job, and that's queue as many creeps as possible in the shortest amount of time. So rushing all this early CDL for some really cost-efficient items, he's just going to be queuing all the way to the base.
No, that's exactly right, and going to have that Wither off cooldown as much as possible, as well as Akanar's coming around to the side. We do know that Spirit Rush is on cooldown. That Orb of Deception, though, doing a lot of damage, but no mana here available for Ari. He's going to be forced to flash. The red buff is still doing the slowing. Flinchy wants to flash just for fun.
Oh, no.
That was exciting. Really cute maneuvers. Whirling Death going to come past just for a little bit of hilarity. And
Jims is coming.
Mern is here as well. Akanar's coming around, but does she really want to get in here? There's the headbutt pulverize, and Akanar's just saying, oh, why, Sim, why?
Oh, the Draven
Nice
ultimate.
ultimate.
Picks off the Ari.
I had no idea which team's Draven that ultimate was coming
The
from
other
before.
team.
Well, yeah, 10 out of 10.
And nice plays. I think Lux must have not had her Lucent Singularity up when she went to get that kill. That was literally a sitting duck after hitting that great light binding with a good bit of pressure from Akanar. So Lux didn't quite have enough abilities left there. Now Jims is in trouble. Does have his ultimate.
Nice
Can
headbutt and pulverize as well. Does have the Unbreakable Will, as you said.
Forced to use that. Will pop off towards the tower.
Stand
He's
aside.
Probably going to be going back. Actually, it's a sight stone already. So on the way here with his ancient coin. With a nice little economy going for himself.
Yeah, not bad at all. Actually, even in items with his bottom lane opposition.
Yep.
Mr. Magoo has a fantastic name. This
So
is,
good.
Oh, brilliant. Mern, not bad either.
I thought that was Mime, actually.
I thought it was Mime as well. I actually read that out, but nuts Mern.
It is Mern there on the marker. Doing well, in fact. 2-0 with a Quill Coat plus.
Well, it actually
a
sounds
Ruby
like
Crystal.
Mime if you've got your face smothered a little bit, doesn't it? Mern. You know? A little bit like that.
And looking for this Lux, I think, now. Wants to try and help
Oh,
the Spirit.
Jim's going to
Jims.
die once more. The real final boss is going to be able to take him down. This is a difficult video
Nice
game.
cutting, though.
Emissary
Oh, gets
picking
him.
up all of these axes. The final boss now left alone, but he doesn't have a lot of damage. We've got a BF sword on Ray, but what? Oh, no, it just sort of dies in a awkward
Yeah, didn't
awkward
quite
battle.
have enough. In fact, Mern's now going to rotate in. That's a good box. Needs a bit of vision. There is a ward that does throw a hook. Can the final boss get out? Plays him back as well.
Where's the
Mappa
twisted
gets
advance,
exhausted.
buddy?
Oh!
Do your buttons.
He's trying to
Oh
get the
my
kill on
gosh.
Lux. He doesn't have his snare. He must not have.
Has he
Uses-
skilled it yet?
We've seen him use it. He has certainly skilled it
Okay,
here.
okay. I wanted it. Didn't quite happen, but of course, we don't know. We don't know. There must have been a different plan afoot.
I think just didn't have the cooldown for whatever reason. Must have used it earlier on when he initially came down to the bottom lane. And Thresh with using literally everything to get out of that does manage to stay alive. So nice play there, but the kills onto Draven as well on both sides. 2-1 and 2 over for the blue side and 1-1-0 with items coming up now. 57 to 77 CS, so the extra kill and the 2 assists definitely helping out the red side Draven with the item progression here.
Yeah, Really doing beautifully. Flinchy now just going to try and clear out these creeps as well. 46 to 62 here in the middle lane. Almost 20 CS is the advantage here for Ari, who's been having a decent time in this lane, you'd have to say. Even though has been ganked a couple of times. 1-1-1 though, so hasn't really fallen prey to the Akanar too much in this game. And oh, look at these axes just smacking each other in the face.
Yeah, and for how aggressive Akanar usually is on this round, we've actually seen not that much jungle pressure, so
Yeah.
kind of interesting to see that has decent gankable lanes here, but Malka's doing a lot of work. In fact, Mern's here up in the top lane. Nasus gonna make it happen, but Fiora's got all her summoners left. Heal as well, actually. I want to say very, very safe against these ganks, and yeah, there's nothing Malka can do to force that.
Yeah, it really wasn't. But is it really a factor of they have to focus this Fiora? Because this Nasus is able to free farm, is actually 15 CS ahead as well, and just going to really have a massive lead going into this late game where he's going to be a monster. As we can see, there's the skill up of Twisted Advance, only decides to use it on the top side of the map, as we do have another Q coming through for now a fair bit of damage.
And again, Rapost is doing a lot of work for Fiora in this matchup.
Raid is running at Emissary.
Oh, great hook!
That was an incredible pulverize as well. The Whirling Death going to pick up the kill. Emissary turning it around once again. Look at his kiting. The Unbreakable Will might be a little bit more breakable than you would have otherwise thought. Jims, that was a stunning play as well. This guy is the real final boss.
Really nice play from Thresh, and you can see it's Fiora now in the top lane. Nasus going to run in. There's the Q to the back of the head, and an easy cleanup there as well. Lux will join Ari in the mid lane. Blue on
nice
that good charm. Actually, maybe going to all in. He does hit the Orbital Scepter once again. Akanar, though, coming in. There's a great Powerball. Ultimate out from there as well. There's the taunt and a beautiful CC chain. Needs a little bit more damage on. Here comes Maokai.
Flinchy, watch out!
Does what? Gets hit by the Q, the Draven ult as well. And Akanar's not trying to get out of here. Does manage to Powerball out just in time, and great pressure in the mid lane by both junglers.
Yeah, Akanar just really unable to make anything happen across this map. It looks like she's been doing stuff, but still on 0-0-0, so obviously hasn't.
Yeah, just can't quite close out this gank.
Oh, nice death ends. This guy's the real final boss. What a beast. Managing to get the taunt under the tower for one tower hit as well. Flashing out of the box as well, avoiding the slow.
Yeah, Nasus, though, does pick up the first turret of the game. Top tower falls at 15.5 minutes. The gold very even between these two teams. We're sitting about a 300 gold lead only for the red side.
But are you getting a flashback here?
To the Nasus game?
Yep.
Yep.
This is...
113 CS, highest on the map. Been QQing all the minions.
Yep, he has definitely been doing a lot of that. Has a fancy skin as well, of course. Looks really, really cool. Oh my gosh. When the team fights do break out, we'll see how well our blue side can kite this mega beast around. Because I think that is going to be the turning point of this game. Axes are being caught left, right, and center here in this bottom lane. Lots of mechanics going on.
Yeah, little dizzying here in the bottom lane, and you're right. Nasus is going to be doing a lot of damage, but you have to actually be very careful.
So many axes.
Oh, nice hook, but it's onto Jims. Not quite the target they want. They're going to keep going in here. Emissary, they're getting chased down by Ray. Good exhaust, actually. Oh, no, missed exhaust potentially there as well. Jims trying to go around, but there's the one that does clip him, though. Jims has popped his ultimate, but that's going to run, and he's going to die very, very quickly when that happens. And Jims, the Akanar, going to try and take the kill. That's a great double pulverize. In fact, Ramis, I think thought Jims was dead, just pulls out. A good play will secure the kill, though. An Emissary now going massive 6-1-2 on this Draven.
That was adorable, of course. Akanar knowing better than us that they were definitely going to be able to secure that kill and just backs out. That just dodge around from that charm as well was lovely. Of course, Aspira having some decent tenacity on her without having Mercury Shreds. That taunt has not been maxed here.
No, usually a common second max. Actually, don't know if she has 1 or 2 points into that, but going to be dragging now for the blue side. Easy secure there with a nice smite from Ramis. So 2,000 gold now up for the blue team.
Yep, really beautifully played for these guys. Bit of a scuffle in the top lane. Flinchy now is being caught. That's going to be the ignite. Aspira takes that one down. Akanar decides she'll try her luck, but I'm not sure whether it will quite be enough. And you can see, just going to back out.
Yeah, 3 levels down, no ultimate, not much mana. Probably not what you wanted to pick there.
No, not exactly. Not exactly. Still has a lead here, does this Ari, and after picking up that solo kill, going to be feeling pretty good. Marcos Smesh. Yeah, getting aggressed on, but look at that. Frozen Heart just doing so much work.
Yeah, I mean, Fiora really can't do a whole lot now. The attack speed reduction or is absolutely critical against a champion like Fiora. Even though she does do a decent amount of AD caster damage effectively with her ultimate, plus her Q. But burst of speed, which is one of the best attack speed surges in the game, significantly reduced by Wither plus Frozen Heart. And of course, the cooldown reduction is crucial there as well. So we are going to have a fight in the bottom lane. Oh my goodness, Emissary just gets done. Fails the flash over the wall. That's not what he wanted. And there's the cleanup now for Red Draven.
Yeah, Red Draven getting adored as well. Oh,
Good
Death
hook.
Sentence
Oh.
going to narrowly miss. I'm going to give him definite props for that because it's amazing that he didn't hit it. Because there were champions sort of all about where he was going for. Marcus Mesh now getting a little bit of attention in this top lane. Can he turn it around now? Fury of the Sands comes through. There's the Blade Waltz. Marcus Mesh, can he manage? There it is, the Q. Just see you later. See you bye. See ya. That's going to be picking up that kill as well. Turret hits are coming down on the top of Mern. And Akana, one more Q, Marcos. Can you do it? The Wither going to go through this Powerball. Spirit Fire, not enough.
Defensive ball kill just saving Akana there, and Nasus is forced to retreat, so just gets out of the way.
This guy's getting real scary.
And did the right thing. Saw Rammus coming in, able to pop the ultimate before getting taunted, and there's just nothing Viola Rammus can do right now against a frozen heart Nasus already. He's been stacking up that Q.
Yeah, 30% cooldown reduction from items alone as well. This guy very, very close to maxing that one out. And then he'll just be queuing everyone all the time forever. Now, of course, level 13, so has, of course, maxed the Q. And they have finished maxing. Do you do Wither or Spirit Fire after that?
I think it depends on the enemy team composition. Your W is actually quite good against both Fiora and Draven, but I don't think you need it necessarily, given that you're building a frozen heart first. So I think E's fine. It's better at clearing waves. You can kind of push and be a bit more of a split push threat. I think it's fine.
They do manage to steal away the blue buff as well, actually.
Yeah, nice steal there. And then we'll go over to Erna. Great hook, though. And that Malphite's going to get moved back there. Does get the shot down as Draven's able to pick up that kill with a real final boss. Could be in trouble. They're going to try and turn it around 2v2. Just need to take out Ray. That's a good play, but it's not quite enough.
Yeah, cute use of the Dark Passage there. Emissary a little bit hesitant to pick that one up because, of course, we did have our Thresh relatively far ahead. And now the Sheen has been picked up by Marcos. This is going to be a very, very scary Nasus doing now. A little bit of extra burst damage. Ray in trouble. Look at that crit coming through from Emissary. That was so much damage. Almost had no idea what his name was. Jims is going to die as well. That's the double kill. Spira coming down, but now wants nothing to do with this situation. He's going to turn around a fair bit of damage onto Akana, but there's the taunt. Rest of the team is following up. Beautiful Death Sentence. Flay's not going to land, forcing the flash out, but just one hit in the head by a spinning axe.
Yeah, and you can see the Infinity Edge Draven. What a difference it makes, just critting so hard with that Q roll.
Oh, yeah.
10-2-2 actually is this blue side Draven. That is gross if you're on the other side. Nasus is still having a fine game as well.
Oh, nice riposte. Going to do no damage to Nasus at all.
In fact, we could see quite an interesting clash where this big Nasus has to go up against this big Draven, and there's a Phantom Dancer completed for that Draven. Mr. Magula does riposte the first Q. Can he survive the second? Oh my goodness, forced to heal, almost gets killed. Had about 200 health left after that Q before the heal went off. But we'll be okay for now. Dragon up in 2 minutes now as well. Mid-tower getting pressured by the Blue. So this is a very, very close game, Atlas.
Yeah, it's very, very close. I mean, things looking a little bit dangerous here based on this Nasus, but we can't forget the fact that we do have a lot of map pressure being put down by our blue side. Of course, Fiora is fantastic in these team fights, and if they do manage to focus the Nasus, it will be fine. They can kite him around as well. They do have access to the taunt, and Thresh is fantastic against Nasus.
Yeah, it's really just a matter of kiting him, because the red team kind of only has 2 damage threats in Ari and Draven if Nasus is getting kited, because he only does damage when he's on top of you with his ultimate on, or if he's actually able to actively Q members of your team, and it generally has to be the squishy ones. So they can certainly do very well in fights, especially with a fed Draven, but this is a good tower coming through the tower. Not quite enough, actually, but Ray's going to go forward. They're going to try and pick off this Draven Emissary. Forced to kite back. He could maybe turn around, but there's too much CC there on the alley. Just runs all the way back to the tower. Wants to be careful here. Does the bottom laners. We're going to have blue side members rotating through now, but it'll be okay. Does use the flash there.
Yeah, a little bit awkward headbutt missed pulverize here by Jims. Of course, he's not a very good player. So that's fine.
Yeah, kind of what we expected this at Jims. Thankfully living up to our expectations of him.
Beautiful.
Turret does go down in the top lane? No.
In the somewhere.
In the mid lane, I think.
There's
oh, Hook.
Nice Death Sentence. Is just going to find the goalkeeper, though. He doesn't really mind about that one.
He scored then.
Yeah,
Good
nailed
work.
it. Well played.
Now 4 members of the red team down toward this bottom side. Nasus does not have his teleport up, but does have it, so they can opt into a 4-1 split push at some point in the game, if they like.
The real final boss has been playing really, really well this game. Oh, actually dodging out of the way of that charm as well.
Akana speeding in. Wants this Ari, though. Going to taunt up now. Emissary's going to dive in. Look
Final
at that damage.
spark.
The final spark moves through as well. Good amount, but that Malphite's doing a lot of work, actually, in this fight. Thresh gets 1 kill. Draven gets another, but it's 2 for 2 right now. Now, Mern in a lot of trouble. The Emissary's going to force that flash out. Ray going to get obliterated by this Draven.
These crits coming through now that that Phantom Dancer's there. This Draven doing so much work. 3 for 2 so far. And Nasus coming down the mid lane, not having his teleport was really detrimental to this team, and They're just going to start off this dragon. Who even cares? Emissary happy to tank this one through. Does have a little bit of life steal. That Doran's blade and maybe a couple of runes, something like that. Not entirely sure, but he's not dead. So
Good thing they can see the Nasus as well. That was one of the problems. If Nasus had just kind of walked in there, was like, oh, there's an 80 carat tanking dragon at 25% health. I think I'm okay with this.
Marcus Mesh, more concerned about killing creeps. Let's be honest.
Does want to queue all of the creeps. Sheen up now as well. I assume Trinity Force is coming up, but he could have, of course, built Iceborne Gauntlet
or both
instead as well. Yes, we did see both last time. But it has that Sheen, which is crucial to how Nasus plays.
Yeah, pretty much you want to be pressing your buttons. And to do more damage when you do buttons. Being rewarded for buttons is always good.
Very important. Now I was talking to rotate through.
I, in fact, buy Sheen on every champion I play.
So they're going to be more rewarded for your buttons.
Yeah, more reward from the buttons.
One day there'll be a champion with 5 passives. And you'll never be able to do any buttons.
be able to do any buttons. Oh, dear. I remember playing Diablo 2. Sounds a bit like that.
Some ward coverage moving through now as well. The red team actually sticking together quite nicely here. Jim's rallying his troops. And we're going to move down towards his bottom side. Threshold does miss there. He was fishing for Ari off to the side. It does not land the charm. That was crucial, actually. If Draven had gotten hit there, he's a big source of damage. He's almost all the damage right now on the blue side. But Akena's going to go right in.
Yeah, she's going straight into this one. Wants to get a taunt. It's a nice death sentence to keep Ari out of this one. But Mr. Magoo, you're in a lot of trouble, buddy. Does manage to pop the Blade Waltz and does find himself on top of a spear as well, but they're not going to fall down. Mr. Magoo neither. Beautiful snipe coming through from Emissary. Picks up the kill. I think on the return, a little bit ridiculous. Marcus Mesh taking 0 damage even from a gigantic crit here. And that is a beautiful pulverize from Jims. Here's the turnaround now from our red side. Fury of the Sands comes through, but isn't going to be enough. Our red team, the only member alive is this Nasus, and now is not the time for him to be tanking everyone because, of course, he just doesn't quite have enough. Beautiful turnaround, and this is what we're talking about. You get this Nasus out of relevance, and there's nothing the red team can do.
I have to say, Emissary was already finishing up his last whisper. 3 items done at 25 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Just so much damage. Not even Nasus, who's got a frozen heart, but not a whole lot else, despite having a ton of farm. Just can't stand toe-to-toe with this Draven, and it was a fantastic pulverize by Jims. I don't know how he did it, but nothing there to follow up damage-wise. And you can see Emissary was able to free hit in that fight and just wipe the floor with the rest of the red team.
Yeah, I think Emissary may have actually taught him how to play Alistair a little bit within this game. Of course, from the other team would have been difficult, but he would have given it a shot. No problem at all.
We'll see what happens now. Lux still sitting a little bit behind on items as well. We've got a needlessly large rod finished up for Ari and a decent CS lead there. Blue buff will be donated over.
What do you think about going for the DFG second item here on Ari?
It's fine. It's a very aggressive Ari build. I probably wanted it a few minutes ago, maybe 2 or 3, just to make that timing a bit smoother. But you're pretty much all in on blowing someone up with your DFG and getting in range and just using your spells. So it's fine. It's just a very heavy assassin build. But the Abyssal Scepter kind of transitions a little bit smoother than just trying to buy a DFG straight out. So I like the build. It's fine.
Yeah, and it also works really well with the fact that you've got Lux doing mostly magic damage. The early game is taken care of quite effectively, because if you go for that DFG, you of course opt out of any of that magic resist. So I like the idea.
It's definitely just a laning sort of build. It's a little bit. It's similar to Athene's into DFG, which is another acceptable Ari build. Just a bit more aggressive.
Final boss getting caught up here, but that's going to be another missed combo.
Look at him, angry.
Oh dear.
Trampling in the light binding, realizing what he did.
Yep, stop putting me in the light. Yeah, he doesn't want to be spotlighted for that particular play, definitely.
Cannot cage this cow.
No, although we probably should have.
Well, maybe. We'll see what happens. Could have popped his ult, didn't.
No, that's true. That's true. He didn't do too many buttons.
We'll have to tell him after.
What does that even mean? What does too many buttons
I like the Bloodthirster second here from the other Draven on the red side coming out as well by Ray.
Yeah.
It's such a great Draven build.
One of the favorites is often Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster into Last Whisper. Just opt out of any attack speed at all anyway, because your W is such a fantastic steroid in that department.
Yep, and then just crit people's faces off.
Yeah, see you later, your face. Final Spark's going to clear out some of these creeps as well. Akhenaten wants to actually make something of this. There's a lot of damage going down here as well. Our blue side now going to be getting this one happening. Whirling Death going to come through as well. It's actually coming back here from Ray. It's a very difficult thing to take into account, considering the fact that there's so many of them. But Mr. Magoo now, this is the time for Fiora to shine. And Just red side members falling left, right, and center.
And just, again, Emissary and the Fuhrer coming in. Great play from Akinar as well, and a good amount of utility coming from that Lux. Maokai's ultimate did so much work in that team fight. Lux did basically no damage with it on, but still wasn't enough. There's still so much AD damage between the Fuhrer and especially this Draven that it just didn't matter.
Yeah, that's very true. It makes that Abyssal Scepter not as useful. Of course, Zonya's Hourglass will be very, very good to pick up here by Asperia. Is that? Yep, I almost got it, I think, name-wise.
I actually like the Rabadons coming out from Lux as well, kind of just talking about mid-champions.
Yep.
Kind of realizes that it's a little late, but it's basically the best investment of your money right now, given that you're a little bit behind in terms of items where you'd like to be generally at this point. So this one's a big influx of AP damage. Void Staff will likely follow it there as well. One of a very standard high damage Lux build coming out, instead of a bit more utility from, say, something like a Zonya's.
Yeah, I like that a lot as well. And it also gives you a little bit of extra utility than a Rabadon's otherwise would, because you, of course, have that shield, which is going to be augmented by the extra AP. So you're going to be helping out your team with that one as well. But you can imagine it's just the standard trinity of mid lane items in that Athenes, Rabadons.
And some other items as well. I actually like the GA from Draven, which is really sweet.
That was a little bit fun. Oh, yeah, has picked that up. And look at the speed that he gets from his W as well. That crit taking half the health off this Ahri. Interesting whirling death. Wants to chop down some trees. He's an arborist in his spare time, is Draven.
There is a Maokai on the enemy team.
Yep. Cutting the trees.
So that wouldn't surprise me too much here. This Draven is out of control, though. I think that's the thing we really need to highlight here. Good gold lead as well for the blue team. 8,500 gold, in fact. Need a few more tries. Kind of need to get more objectives down on the map, but they've got just such a massive lead here and such a scary Draven. And a good team to support him as well, that he's probably feeling pretty happy with his position. Like Jim, so you can see when he doesn't have his ultimate on, does get chunked by this Draven as well. So he's in a little bit of trouble. He's our friend Jim's.
Yeah, Jim's actually opting for a Spirit Visage, wanting to make sure that his Triumphant Roar is doing as much work to himself as he possibly can. But not going to help him against the incredible multitude of really, really scary physical damage.
Could have been better off with the Vanduin's Omen, maybe.
I have a feeling that something with some armor would have been pretty
He
cool.
also hasn't upgraded his Ancient Coin either.
At all, yeah.
Still got that base gold generating item. So losing out on a little bit of extra money there as well. Oh, good hook, though. Now the real Thunder Boss comes in. See, look at that chunkage there. Out onto Jim's. Ultimate does miss from Lux, so will the Light Binding. So nothing else to follow.
Another one.
They know what a great
Triple play.
Pulverize there as well will come in. And Flinty's just trying to kite them back. It's like, again, a lot of work from the Mako ultimate. Ahri is going to get chased out. The ult turns off, and she just blows up there. And now Emissary going to go legendary, picking up Jim's. There's yet another kill with the double as Marco goes down. Now Marco Match going to get chased out.
Oh, the flash
hook! Beautiful play there. And Nasus will try his best. He one-shots Flinty almost. Popping that ultimate.
Oh, it's a final. It's going to get the double.
Can he go for yet another one? Mr. Magoo could be in trouble, but does go down to Akinar.
Oh my gosh. Definitely going down with a fight, though. Managing to pick up 2 kills in response, sort of just turning on that ultimate and smacking people in the head. This guy doing a lot of work. Now has a Randuin's Omen on top of that Frozen Heart as well. Ray, you need to get the heck out of there. This other Draven is ridiculous at this stage.
The other Draven's very, very scary. And they are going to pick up that inhibitor turret. No inhibitor. They don't have time, actually, as everyone's respawning. I mean, the good news being this Draven can't really get this much stronger.
That's true. Only one more item.
And then he's done. And this Nasus will keep scaling up as well. So you can see that this game can turn around. It's just going to take quite a while here as the Blues have a big, big lead here in this game of about 12,000 gold, actually. And everyone else is actually getting a chance to catch up now as well. This Draven's gotten so much fun and so many kills that he's the scariest member as far as the red team are concerned. And everyone else is kind of getting time to kind of build up their items because they were a tad behind in their lanes in top and mid.
Yeah, they certainly were. Another thing I'd like to mention based on that last fight was Flinchy had fantastic positioning, able just to move around the sides and get the skill shots out as much as she liked. It was really, really well done and beautiful Lux play, just knowing that you can utilize your range to great effect.
Yeah,
Make sure you're not
Lux
focused.
is a really interesting AP champion. She's got a decent amount of burst if you combo correctly, and she kind of feels a little bit like Orianna in terms of utility. You're definitely not an Ahri, you're not an assassin, you don't want to go all in and burst people down, or even just initiate maybe like Annie did with a big flash too. You need to stay at range, use your utility, poke out and CC the enemy team as best you can. But you just kind of do a good chunk of burst damage as well. In fact, some players, most notably Mad Life as a hook does land, but they will not follow. I've also played support Lux, which is kind of a cool aggressive support you can play as well.
Yeah, Sport Lux, I've actually been
The
starting
Mad
to see
Life
a fair
solo
bit.
queue special, apparently.
Really?
He loves it.
Oh dear. Well, if Mad Life does it, I trust it. Akanar now
Ray.
finding herself picking up a pick onto Draven here. It's a decent pulverize, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be in the right place. Marcos now trying to turn this one around, but is the Ray boss going to fall? He is. A double kill now for Akanar. It's a decent play, and the box being placed in a nice spot as well as Ari tries to get a bit of damage around from the side, but our red team is definitely flailing. That's going to be Murn. Emissary's legendary, and Jim's flashing over into a flay, just looks angrily and misses another pulverize.
They're going to get chunked out here as well. We'll try and get the last hit, but cannot land it there in Emissary. 22-9 now on this Draven. And you can just see the amount of damage this Draven does is disgusting. Ray exploded in that last team fight from about 2 to 3 crits. And that's not even, that's without the Bloodthirster being finished, which is coming next.
Yep. Yeah, now things are looking a little bit frightening here for our red side.
To say the very least here, it looks like mid inhibitor is going to go down here as well. Didn't even pop the GA. They threw everything at Emissary.
Just
Stand aside missing as well. That would have been a kill on Ari.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he only needed to auto attack her once. Let's be honest. This guy does a bit of damage.
I mean, we're hoping for some one shots with the Nasus in the game. Maybe Draven's going to be the champion that will start 1 or 2 shotting. But if it's getting to that point, very, very scary. He's also been chugging red elixirs almost the entire time. Since I think about 3 items, just really wanting to be aggressive and continue to get ahead. And again, the Draven Snowball is terrifying. You just get so much extra gold. It's currently 5 to 3 and 2.5 items.
Oh my gosh. Aspira's going to get death sentenced here just a little bit, but the real final boss is going to use his Randuin's button. I like it. Just felt like he needed a button at the time. Now he feels better now that he's used it, and he's going to be safe. Really, really good.
Baron up here as well. Blue team would do it quite quickly, but they're actually going to pick up their buffs instead. Blue buff going to go
red team as well will be able to do it very quickly.
Yeah, that's actually something that they might want to be careful of here. Draven doesn't quite have that much damage. And in fact, again, they're lacking on damage on this team, except for Nasus when he's in range. And if they get free hits on the Baron, absolutely. Nasus will chunk through that very, very quickly. But he's gone really heavy on the tank. I like the items here. He knows he has to fight this Draven in particular, who's doing such a good job, but he doesn't have quite enough damage yet. As a bruiser, you need, your damage and your tank ability. And he's kind of only just tanky here, and whatever damage his Q does.
Yeah, I think he probably would have wanted that Trinity Force a little bit sooner. We'll
Akanar
see if he gets a.
make Baron angry.
What do you think about getting a Thornmail pretty soon?
I like Thornmail a lot, but I actually think he needs to finish a Trinity Force because he's not doing any damage really.
Yeah.
Yes, he needs to stay alive. Draven's very scary, but I think he wants to be. I don't think he's going to have the luxury of picking a super squishy target like a Draven and just being able to kill him. So he kind of needs to boost his damage a bit more. And then we can look at something like a Thornmail. And if Lux ever gets really, really big, we could, that could be problems.
Certainly
because he's got no magic resist really to speak of.
Speaking of Lux, going to be finishing off that Zhonya's Hourglass as the next option. And as we were talking about Emissary, he has got 6 items now. So he's not going to be getting any bigger. That is the good news for our red side. The bad news is that he's got tons of money.
Yep, he can enchant his boots still, and he can sell his boots also for a Zephyr. And apart from that, he's got elixirs, and that's it. He's pretty much done on slots at this point. And you can see Ray on the other side just really fighting for items. Last Witcher is coming, but it's just night and day between the two Dravens right now. Not just in level 17 to 15 still there. But to see the amount of damage coming out is ridiculous.
Let's try our blue side now posturing around this Baron, looking for our red side to face check it. And Jim's talking about face checking. He's going to be here, but that's our blue side not quite ready. They're going to be able to clear out that ward. It's a nice pink just to make sure that they keep that area clear.
Haven't cleared out the ward in Baron though. There's actually a ward just sitting there that they can see what's going on here. The blue side are going to aggro the Baron though. And I don't know if they can actually fight it. Jim's maybe will look for a steal. And instead he's going to try and find a fight. That's a great hook on an ass, but he's pretty tanky. He does pop his ultimate. They are going to go in there. You can still taking quite a bit of damage. Emissary just kiting back and forth. Ult onto that other Draven. James will go down soon as well as Mr. Magoo's going to pick up that kill. Ray needs to find. Got crit for 800. He's going to run one more hit and he's probably dead. If Akanar will catch up. In fact, Draven's not even there to clean up that kill. That goes to Fiora for the double.
Yeah, Draven had just said it wasn't worth his time, really. He's on for a bigger game now. Final boss is going to use that Mikhail's in order to keep himself a little bit alive, and look at that filthy damage.
Emissary, this is the pop his W to get in range, I think.
Does he have the flash? He does. There's the auto attack. Follows Ari through that Spirit Rush. And, yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, didn't actually see Ari explode. There's almost a little bit of lag where the game had to register how much damage had been done.
It takes a little while to calculate that much damage.
It really does there. And now Baron is going to be the next point of call. No one here from the red side to defend it. Markai's coming in. He could go for a hero steal, but he's going to be a little too late. That Baron damage is
These numbers
disgusting.
coming up just look a little bit ridiculous. Getting hit for 600, 500, 600, 600, and that's a Baron, you know? He's got defensive statistics.
Yep, just like a Fury Warrior, a lot of big numbers coming out there.
Oh, big numbers.
Baron does go down. The blue side continuing to pad a massive lead here, almost 20,000 gold ahead. 38 to 15 in kills and 6 to 3 in charts now with Baron in their pockets as well. So this game is likely not going to last too much longer. Akana even going to solo up the Dragon with a bit of help here from Lux. Kind of calls into people, hey guys, I can tank this, but I probably can't kill it, or if I can, it'll take me 10 minutes, and I think we want to try and end the game before then.
Yeah, you are hoping so, of course, Akana, not with the most damage in the book. Does have a Thorn Mail.
I mean,
does
doing a
secure it
job.
as well.
Spinning in towards the enemies with the Powerball.
Yeah, and then doing that taunt button as well.
Managed to taunt Ari most of the time, actually. Aspira has not been able to keep reasonable positioning against such a fast Rammus here. And Warden's going to add in there as well. Looks like Randuin's might be the next pick up. Oh, we're going to have another Frozen Heart as well.
Why not?
They're both fine. Again, you just want to be tanky on Rammus. That's all you do. You roll in, you tank the tower hits, and you taunt people.
Yep.
It's not a very fun life, but you know.
Oh, I don't know.
Akana likes it.
Akana must find it fun because, of course, she does it
I hope
every
so.
single game that she plays.
Does.
That is her thing.
Forward stuff coming up for Lux now as well. Lots of items up for Fiora. Have an interesting Fiora build. Doesn't go quite for damage. Actually wants to brawl a bit more.
Yeah.
As a team up plus Spirit Visage combo, which is always sweet to see. Get a lot of lifesteal back from that Blade Waltz as well. It does apply all the lifesteal effects. So you can get pretty low, pop your ultimate, and then all of a sudden you're back to well and truly above full health.
Yeah, it's true, and you can use that Blade Waltz and use your Randuins afterwards if you really need to disengage or just keep everyone there after you've chunked them down so far. I think that pickaxe might be turning into a Last Whisper as well. I think it's a fantastic item to purchase so that she can still do relevant damage.
You definitely want at least the 2 damage items here. Tankiness, again, not the stat you need on Fiora all the time. You tend to want to go in and clean up and just do a lot of AoE damage with your ult, but in this situation, Draven's doing more than enough AD damage for you.
I don't think, yeah, you're too worried about having extra damage when you've got
Oh my
Dravens.
god, the chunkage.
Oh my, yeah. For example, ladies and gentlemen,
Ari is legitimately getting a 2-shot by this Draven right now. Doesn't even have a... Oh, actually building the arm gun has 2 cloth armors and still almost just got mashed to pieces by Emissary's Draven. I'm actually kind of hoping he sells his GA for another damage item.
oh man, even doing heaps of damage to that very tanky Nasus at the same time as the fight is going to break out. Red side members going down very low, but the knockup's coming across the board. Nice shield from that Locket of the Iron Slurry as well. Mern, he's going to be the first one to fall down. Fiora gets that kill. Emissary's
Draven
doing so much damage
unkillable
in this fight, and so much lifesteal as well as he hits these creeps. And look at that, it's going to be Nasus falling down once more. This turret is, so many shields. It's not going to quite be enough. A little bit of fun being had by these guys.
And that is just going full Draven, like 100%.
Yeah.
Draven has one of the highest standing DPS in the game as an AD carry. Just stood there, took all that punishment, and was able to lifesteal through it. Did pop the GA though, to
see
be
ya.
fair. Oh goodness.
Yeah, didn't even really see Ari, but we saw the fact that she took at least 2 auto attacks from Draven, which means she's going to be dead.
Doesn't happen often, but Draven literally deleting people on this map. The Nexus should fall down here as well. There it goes. And the blue team a decisive victory there towards the end. And again, we said it, one Draven out snowballs the other. That's what happens.
Yeah, and it's probably the fact that Ray had to deal with having Jims in that bottom lane with him. It's just a little bit unfortunate. Of course, Jims, not a great player.
Very heavy.
Missed a lot of combos, which was super embarrassing. I can see him having a giggle over there, but you can see he's feeling the pressure.
He's a big man. He's hard to carry in and out of game.
It's
But we
true.
are going to kick these back. Guys, your MCs are here once again. It is Riot Crucius and Riot Toxicog.
All right, guys, did you have some fun? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Unfortunately, my team got crushed. Jimmy, come on, man. I brought it back with my Hexakill win.
Thank you.
Here's your MVP pillow. Who on your team is your MVP?
I think it's definitely not me. It'll definitely be Nasus.
Let's give it up for Nasus!
Akana, I'm pretty sure I don't need to ask this, but who is the MVP?
I think it's got to be the Draven. Those crits were insane.
Let's give it up for Draven! Pretty sure you were 22 and 1 at the end? Team effort, I like that. So as we get these teams their swag bags.
Just
somewhere.
remember, guys, I am giving out these cards to all our players. Now, on these cards, it tells them that all of our community games are recorded and uploaded to our YouTube channel, Riot Games Oceania. And the photos that we take have their summoner name, the champion that they played, and the fact that it was PAX Australia 2014, all on our Facebook page, League of Legends Oceania. Once again, guys, let's give it up for everyone that's on stage.
So we're going to have one final game to wrap up. But before we do that, I think we should give these guys some free stuff.
That's right. Let's get some more swag out there. Now, we all know the chants. Before we kick off, I'm going to say, please be careful. I don't want anyone to get hurt. It's near the end of the day. We want everyone to finish on a good note. And remember, guys, if you do get one of those Poro balls, cupcakes, or Ziggs bombs that has victory written on it, make sure you head around to the side of the stage, knock on the door. Mr. Ryder, I have a victory ball. Can I have a prize, please? So on that note, is everyone ready?